Hi, Misha here, and I really do miss doing Star Trek videos for you, and Battlestar Galactica for that matter. But unfortunately, Eaglemoss went defunct in July of 2022, and there hasn't been much to do. But I decided to revisit the shuttles as a New Year's episode, and around that time I decided to see if there were any Eaglemoss models that I didn't have on, say, Amazon that weren't crazy money. Originally, I thought about maybe getting the Disco Shuttle, but then I looked and it shot up to 70, 80 bucks. And if I wasn't going to pay 50 bucks for it, I wasn't going to pay that. So that was a nix. But then this popped up. Issue 16 in the Disco collection. These are medium size. They're not the little 5-inchers, but they're not the big XLs. They're usually, 6, 7, sometimes up to 8 inches if they're narrow. This is the Festoon, the Yacht. It was also like 20 bucks, free shipping, maybe 25. I thought, why not? I really just want something new Star Trek-y. So picked it up, came in around the holidays, and thought I'd do a video on it today because all in all, it exceeds my expectations because I basically had none. This ship is not one you'll probably recognize. This was from one of the better Disco Season 1 episodes, though. Episode 7, was it Magic to Make the Sanest Man Go Mad? The one with Harry Mudd. Pretty good one. Time travel Mudd. It was fun. But this was at the end. This is the ship that they pawned him off on because it had Stella. And we've actually seen the ship named Stella in the original Eaglemoss collection, which was... the ship was mentioned in the original series, but it was added to the remastered version based on a Matt Jeffries concept, and that's because he's running away from there. In the episode of Disco, she's basically shotgun marrying him, and her father, Baron Grimes, is a wealthy man who's an arms merchant, so he gets what he wants. And this is his personal luxury, supersized star yacht. We don't know much about it. We never really see the inside. It's just at the end when it comes and picks Mudd up. Now, some criticize, why did they do this? It was only on screen for a few seconds. Fair, but lots of ships that Eaglemoss has done have been only on screen for a few seconds. The Medusan ship comes to mind, or even the J-class freighter Stella itself was only on there. Either way, fine. I'm always happy to get more TOS era vessels, and I think this one fits in pretty well with the understanding that it's a modern update. There's only so much you can do. Now, this is just in the magazine it comes with. We're not doing politics, but the directive when they designed it, because it wasn't a primary hero ship, they just handed it off to a couple of folks for the episode to make it together in a CG model, was to make it Trumpian, or like Donald Trump would have a starship. Hence, it has some ornamentation, some gold, and one would presume inside it would have gold toilets. Love him or hate him, he has a brand, and he likes himself some gold. He also likes his name on things, so maybe Baron Grimes' name is actually Festoon. We don't know what type it is. It's just called a space yacht or a super space yacht. Sometimes Festoon type. The overall length was given as 388 meters. But like most Disco measurements, that's way, way out. The original Enterprise was around 300 meters, give or take, which version it was. So even if this is reduced down by half to, say, 200 meters, it still would let it be huge. And looking at the detailing, the kind of where windows and presumably bridges are, I'm going to say, 150, 200. As I've said before, especially with J.J. Abrams, I don't think people realize how massive 388 meters is. It's over 1,000 feet. That's a lot in a spaceship, especially one like this. It has a lot of verticality. Verticality? There we go. because it's not only, relatively long, it's pretty wide and very tall. So, yeah, let's talk about it just for a minute, because we need some Star Trek content around here. Looking at the top, it looks like a boat. It looks like a yacht. You've got a prow, you've got kind of what would be railing, you've even got a little mascot here of some kind of animal in gold. You've got a comms array, very boat shaped, even in the back. Looks like a boat back here. And then these are warp nacelles, but they kind of look like pontoons. But it does have a very naval aquatic aesthetic, just with the star stuff put on. And it's pretty basic, pretty smooth, which I actually like. If it was really greebly and detailed, it wouldn't fit into TOS. In fact, this fits into more of a TOS looking ship than a lot of the main Disco Federation. It matches that J-type freighter Stella quite well, the Medusan ship, the Antares we saw in Charlie X. It really does kind of give that 60s aesthetic, which I like. Normally I would criticize for things for being too, sorry, my cord in the way, but in this case it actually works. It also sits on the stand quite well. Take it off the spinny thing. It's definitely not sliding off, and even though I've had it for a month or so, but it slides on and off. It's not going to put a lot of wear and tear. Typical Eaglemoss stand, for those who don't know. Plastic, kind of in a hard acrylic base. It kind of feels nice. Little felt bottom, which I really like. Keeps it from scooting around. Even an individually numbered sticker. And these are nominally die-cast models, and the boat part is die-cast all the way to get to the little animal, or whatever it is. So this is all heavy, so your weight's up top, which makes the fact that it sits on a stand well even more impressive. You get to the bottom, this is, quite understandably, the plastic, mainly the nacelles, and what would I guess be considered the engineering hull. I guess this may be a deflector dish. Very interesting nacelles, but I know we've seen something similar to this before in Disco, so they don't stand out as particularly weird. They're not TOS style, but you wouldn't expect a civilian yacht to use the same type of nacelles as a Constitution class heavy cruiser, so okay. You have this kind of indented area in the back of the main hull. I don't know if that's a large, if that's the impulse manifold, then this is quite a small ship, because nothing would have that big of an impulse engine outside of the JJ verse. Or it could be a shuttle bay. If so, fair enough. So, and then we have some more, and these would seem to, I would think these would be the impulse engines down here. Meaning that I would think this is a shuttle bay. But I don't know that anyone ever really defined it, because it was just, again, kind of a background ship. On the other hand, they could have shown nothing at all, which they probably would have done back in the days of practical models, but with CGI and relatively cheap computer processing these days, visual effects, they were able to do something like this. It's a little odd, though, that this model, even in a kit bash form, hasn't appeared somewhere, because it's distinctive, but it's not ugly. And it doesn't look lazy. Again, it's maybe a little low detail, but I think that was probably intentional. No, this isn't one I wanted. I was like, oh, they did it, fine. But when the price was right, and when I was just really wanting something new to show you, picked it up, and I like it. It's weird. I've always had a soft spot for kind of the civilian ships, the freighters, the everyday workhorse ships of the universe, be it Star Wars, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, the warships, the exploration ships are cool, but it's the civilian ships and the working ships that really bring a universe to life. And I could see these cruising around because despite Gene Roddenberry's utopian future, there's going to be more people with money or resources, especially arms merchants, in a time of Cold War, if not outright war. So there you have it. Baron Grimes's Festoon pleasure yacht. I'm sure Mudd had lots of pleasure, so much so that he ran away from his wife and, well, first tried to rent out some mining prostitutes, giving them pretty pills, and then when we see him next, he's making pleasure robots. I'm seeing a theme here. The original series is entertaining, but it's pretty 60s whack, I'm not gonna lie. And that's what I grew up with, guys. Explains a lot. Keep in mind, by the time I was around, it was on syndication, so either on TV or I remember finding VHS tapes with the 1 or 2 episodes on them at department stores, including Mudd's Women. I think it came with the Corbinite maneuver, but I could be wrong. I'm thinking way back. So maybe I do have a bit of a soft spot for Harry Mudd. What do you think? I don't know. Just wanted to give you something new. Hope everyone's having a good 2023. This is Misha. Catch you very soon next time.